In the Bible, soil and earth play powerful roles in describing the creation of humankind. The original Hebrew texts contain references to people of color, their cultures, and their contributions to the story of the Israelites. Join Storytelling God's Love as we uncover the significance of ruddy soil, the earth from which man was created, and the stories of Black people who played key roles in the Bible. Let's start at the beginning. In the book of Genesis, it is written that God formed Adam from the dust of the ground. The Hebrew word for ground or earth here is Adamah, which means ruddy or reddish-brown soil. Many scholars point to this as evidence that Adam was created from dark, rich soil, symbolizing the earthy, darker complexion of the first humans. From this ruddy earth, the Bible mentions several places and people linked to Africa and people of color. The lands of Cush, Ethiopia, and Egypt, all part of the ancient biblical world, were home to people with dark skin. But the Bible goes even further, referencing Israelites and people of African descent throughout its pages. Let's explore some examples. One of the most famous verses celebrating dark skin comes from the Song of Solomon. In Song of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 5, the speaker declares, "I am black but comely, O ye daughters of Jerusalem, as the tents of Kedar, as the curtains of Solomon." This verse, from one of the wisdom books of the Bible, emphasizes the beauty of dark skin, a direct acknowledgement of people of color in the biblical narrative. Another powerful example is the story of Moses, who, according to Numbers 12, verse 1, married a Cushite woman. Cush is the biblical name for Ethiopia, or parts of Sudan, meaning that Moses' wife was a black woman. This marriage caused jealousy among Moses' siblings, but God defended her, showing her importance in the story. Miriam and Aaron spoke against Moses because of the Cushite woman whom he had married. The Queen of Sheba, another prominent biblical figure, came from the land of Sheba, often linked to modern-day Ethiopia or Yemen. She visited King Solomon to test his wisdom, and their encounter is celebrated as a moment of mutual respect between a black African queen and an Israelite king. Her story is found in 1 Kings chapter 10, verses 1 through 13. Let's not forget Egypt. Joseph, one of the sons of Jacob, rose to power in Egypt. His descendants, the Israelites, lived in Egypt for centuries before the Exodus. Egypt was home to people of African descent, and the Hebrews lived alongside them. Egyptians played an important role in the history of the Israelites, influencing culture, trade, and religion. In the New Testament, we find further evidence of African presence in the story of Simon of Cyrene. Cyrene was a city in North Africa, and Simon, a black man, was chosen to help Jesus carry his cross. His role, recorded in Mark chapter 15, verse 21, is another powerful example of people of color playing a significant role in biblical events. A passerby named Simon, who was from Cyrene, was coming in from the countryside just then, and the soldiers forced him to carry Jesus' cross. Next, we turn to King David, described multiple times in the Bible as ruddy. The Hebrew word used to describe David's complexion is admoni, which means reddish or earthy, and is often interpreted to mean a dark or reddish-brown skin tone. He was ruddy, with a fine appearance and handsome features. David, often depicted as a heroic figure in the Bible, is described in terms that suggest a darker complexion. His ruddy appearance, combined with his Israelite heritage, reflects the diversity of skin tones among the Israelites. Finally, we explore the journey of Yeshua, or Jesus, to Egypt. In Matthew chapter 2, verses 13 to 15, after hearing of King Herod's plan to kill him, Joseph and Mary took Yeshua to Egypt for protection. But why Egypt? One reason is that Yeshua would have been able to blend in with the local population, as ancient Egypt was a land populated by people of color, including Israelites. Take the child and his mother and escape to Egypt. Stay there until I tell you, for Herod is going to search for the child to kill him. This passage highlights the fact that Yeshua could blend in with the Egyptians, who were of African descent, indicating that Yeshua's appearance was similar to the people of that region. This further supports that people of color was described in a beautiful, strong, and sacred way. As we look across the biblical landscape from Samson and Moses to Solomon, David, and Yeshua, the evidence of who people of color in the Bible is undeniable. Now, not all Africans are descendants of the Israelites. The scattered people of color are part of the Israelite story, from the creation of Adam, from ruddy soil, to the journey of Yeshua into Egypt. Could the biblical figures of color be the key to understanding the true diversity of the Israelites and their ancient world? Subscribe to Storytelling God's Love channel to uncover more biblical truth.
To those of you with white skin that say slavery doesn't matter, my first question is, if it doesn't matter, why did the white man go through so much trouble to hide who the true chosen are?
From West Africa, they have been taken as slaves to America. Brothers and sisters, blacks of America, it's you. You are the true Hebrews. You are the true Hebrews from the Bible. America gonna do everything, gonna invest as much money as it has, gonna fight as much wars as they can, gonna invite as much weapons as they can just to hide this away from you. Gonna take Israel, gonna bring white people here and to tell you these are the Jews, gonna kill you, gonna kill Arabs, gonna mistreat white people like this guy just to tell you this lie that you are nobody and we are the Jews with all the history and so on. It has been deleted, your history. You don't know who you are. Don't forget about it. This is why, because America has been taking your history away, never to find out that it's all about you. I'm telling you this, please. I don't ask you to come to Israel and to start a revolution. I'm just asking you to start thinking this way, to believe me a little bit, because I'm living in Israel and I'm part of this injustice. I really believe that people like me and you, we can bring the justice.
Because as the Gentiles, we do need you. We need you to come and pray because you are our Savior. You're the one that was chosen by Yahweh to live in this land, not the Jewish people, it's you. You were stolen from Africa, they deceived you, they told you that you are slaves, but you actually the children of Israel. And it's time just to come back. Come for your people, come back for us, come back for the whole Gentiles, because only you gonna save us. So please come back.
Now, to the real Hebrew Israelites, you're going to refer to Deuteronomy 28, 64 through 68. He is reprimanding and passing judgment on the Israelites for the wrongs that they did, and they did wrong, and they get their judgment, and they have suffered it. He sent them into ships, by ships, into bondage, scattered